The environment here is to promote independence and engagement, and that is our focus in our residents having purpose each day.
Hi everyone, Kelly here with Scott Bloom. As we've been promising, we're doing a series of our professional partners that we work with all the time, our trusted resources. And this installment, I am here at Brookdale in Hamilton, New Jersey with Barbara Forshner. Barb and I've actually known her for about 10 years, working in the same industry, in the same circles, and she is a trusted professional. So I want her to tell you a little bit about Brookdale and what is unique about this community.
Okay, great. Thank you for having me. So Brookdale Hamilton is a unique building. We are a small, cozy building, 44 residents. We are assisted living, but all memory care. The building is a lovely one-story building, and that gives the residents the ability to move freely. The building is secured, but not through the building. Any outside exit is secured, and that way there is no one wandering out into the parking lot or the street, but no one feels trapped because they can move freely through the building. This community has a large town square when you first come in, and a lot of the activities with the residents happen there. We do have clustering of activities so that we can meet the needs of the different levels of residents that we have, since we do take early onset to late stage dementia residents. So everyone here is somewhere in that level, but the one thing that really works well is the higher functioning people are helping those that are a little bit beyond them, and vice versa. So I think the engagement between the two makes for a good combination of giving people a purpose. The environment here is to promote independence and engagement, and that is our focus in our residents having purpose each day.
And that's so important. Memory care really is its own specialty. It's its own. It needs its own programming. It needs its own training with a team that is educated and understands how to work with each person respectively at the level of where they're at. And the one thing I will say from working with Barb, not everybody is appropriate for a memory care community, and Barb will be the first one to say it. So if somebody does come to you for a tour or to scope everything out, and you feel that they're not a fit here, you will be honest about it, as opposed to just admitting anybody who comes by.
Well, we have a process here. So the first thing that you do is you come and you see the community and get a feel for it, because when you leave communities, besides doing your homework, you do have a gut feeling as to where you're comfortable. Once someone has decided that they are interested in our community, our Director of Health and Wellness goes out and does an assessment. And even after that point, the assessment then goes to her corporate team and they review the assessment, because we want to determine whether we can meet the needs of the resident and the resident is appropriate for our other residents. So there is a step process to make sure that it's a success for everyone. We're not always the right building for someone, and because of my relationships out in the field, like with Kelly and Scott Bloom, I have the ability to know what the other communities are like, and we all just want the families and residents to get to the right place. And if it's not us, it might be our friend down the road would be a better fit, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to accommodate the needs of families and our residents. What's particularly unusual about this community is that we have longevity of staff. We have a care partner who's been here 25 years. We have nurses that have been here 17 and 18 years.
That's rare.
Right. I've been here a year and a half, and we did do a $2 million renovation, so the building is bright and cheery and all new furniture and everything else, but really the standout is the longevity of our staff.
And I can tell I'm here frequently. The residents are engaged, and you could tell that the team members have those relationships with the residents.
Yeah, there's nothing, it takes a particular person to work in memory care, and if that's not something you can do, you don't belong here, because the needs of memory care residents are different. Any moment can be different. The journey is changing from minute to minute. And because our staff has been here for so long, nothing really phases them. They're familiar with anything that could be happening, the sundowning, the change from this minute to that minute, and they just go with the flow. The other thing that's great is the way our building is set up. There are two sides to the building which are identical. They're mirror images, and our staffing remains in the same side. So Rose is not working on the other side. She stays where she is, Donna stays where she is always, so there's a continuity of care. And the residents appreciate that because consistency is really important, and relying on that, especially with people who have dementia or memory issues.
So, again, we're doing these series because I found that a lot of families don't understand what resources are out there, what's available to them. So we're trying to do this to highlight and showcase the resources that are in our communities. So Brookdale of Hamilton is a great environment. Barbara is a master with memory care.
Thank you. The other thing I want to say is Brookdale is one of the largest senior living, if not the largest.
I think it's the biggest
in the United States. So we have over 650 buildings. And the great thing is, if at some point this building isn't working for someone, we have another building that maybe worked better at that point in the journey. Or if the family is relocating, there's a Brookdale everywhere. So certainly they can take their loved one with them and continue with the same flow and the same care that they're accustomed to in our community.
Yep, absolutely. So we're going to put Barb's contact information on here. Thank you for meeting her. And if you have any questions regarding Brookdale or memory care or assisted living in general, here's your go-to.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.